Hello students, welcome to this third lecture on partial differential equations. In this lecture we are going to discuss the solution of a special type of partial differential equation, and the partial differential equation is in linear form. Here this differential equation is particularly known as Lagrange's linear form. This will be a linear partial differential equation of order 1. So the Lagrange linear form can be put in this form, where this p small q are the partial derivatives of z with respect to x and partial derivative of z with respect to y. Capital P, capital Q and capital R are the any functions of x, y and z. If we have a partial differential equation this form, then we call it as a Lagrange linear form. Now the auxiliary equation corresponding to partial differential equation 1 can be written in this way: dx by p equal to dy by q equal to dz by r, where p is this p and q is this q and r is this r. So this equation 2 is the most important part in the solution of this type of differential equation, that is the Lagrange's linear form. Using the auxiliary equation 2, we obtain two expressions: uxyz equal to c1, that means it is a function in terms of x, y and z equal to arbitrary constant c1, and another function vxyz equal to arbitrary constant. The solution of one is given in the form capital F of uv equal to 0, or capital F of c1 c2 equal to 0, or u as a function of v. Any three forms are suitable to put the suitable to give the solution of the Lagrange's linear form, this one, right? So now the question is how to find this function uxyz c1 and vxyz equal to c2 from this Lagrange's and this auxiliary equation. So the main computation or calculation in finding the solution of equation 1 is to find the expression 3 and 4, that is this 3 and 4, from the auxiliary equation 2, that is equation 2. In fact, there is no set procedure here. Therefore, here we give some computational tricks or calculation tricks that will work in many numerical problems. So in the auxiliary equation 2, it consists of three parts. One is dx by p, dy by q and dz by r. These are the three parts, and these three parts plays the main important role to find the solution of this type of partial differential equation. So trick 1, you can obtain the solution in certain cases by direct comparison of two parts at a time. For example, if you get the auxiliary equation in this form, here dx by x, dy by y, dz by z. In fact, this is p, this is capital P, this is capital Q and this is capital R. Here I'm not writing here the statement of the problem, but I'm just talking about the auxiliary equation if it is given in this form. It can give you, when you compare the first two parts and then you compare the last two parts, then definitely it can be easily integrable. It gives you the log x. When you integrate, it gives you the log y and plus some constant of integration, let's say log of c1. So that way, from this part you get this type of solution, and from this part you get this type of solution. So further simplification gives you log of x by y equal to log of c1. So log goes on both sides, so you are left with x by y equal to c1, and here y by z equal to c2. So this is u of xyz equal to c1, and this is v of xyz equal to c2. So the solution is given by capital F of, this is u and this is v equal to c1. In place of this, you could have written c1 c2 as mentioned earlier. Note that the statement can be given in various ways, where this type of direct comparison can lead to the solution of partial differential equation in Lagrange's linear form. Say this example, solve the following partial differential equation: y q xp equal to z. P means this and Q means this. So here you can easily see that the with small p the coefficient is called capital P, with small q the coefficient is called capital Q, and this side this is capital R. So auxiliary equation you already know is dx by capital P, dy by capital Q, and dz by R. So these are like this. So it is almost same case which I have already discussed. Dx, you compare these two parts, that gives you this thing, and when you compare these two parts, that gives you this thing, and the solution is given by may small f, maybe capital F, you whatever you can write here, is that xy here comma this is yz. Basically this is u of xyz and this is v of xyz. So you can put the solution in this form: f xy comma y by z equal to 0. Now the next question here, again you see the coefficient of p, this is here capital P, and coefficient of q, this is capital Q, and R is this thing. So now the situation becomes complex here. If you directly compare these two parts, then this computation is easy. Suppose you are directly comparing here, because y cancel out with y, so you have dx by y, dy y. So remember, don't go with the same procedure as earlier. Here you have to bring the all terms of x on one side, so it gives you minus x dx, or here y dy, or you can say x dx here or minus y dy. You integrate on both sides, you get this type of situation. Now you see where is this 2, because this is arbitrary constant, so you can remove this 2 throughout. So you simply can write in this form x square, sorry, 2 will be cancelled out throughout, you see here, and this is x square plus y square equal to c1. So in fact this is u of xyz equal to c1. So you have obtained one expression which is desirable for the solution. Now from the last two parts, if you compare, we get this type of situation. It is not directly integrable, so you have to separate the terms if it is possible. You have this type of situation: z dy plus 2 y dy y dz. Now you are taking terms of y on one side and other on other side, but here again don't confuse it like this. If you integrate this, you get y square by 2, and here if you integrate, you consider y as a constant. No, here y will not be considered as a constant, as because some student will write y z and here will write z y, so that integration will be wrong. So note this fact. In fact, you have to write in product form. You can write it as d of yz. D means differential operator, differential, d of yz, and here you are having y dy. So integration on this side is y square by 2, 2 goes with 2, so y square only, and it becomes d of yz. So integration of this will be, integration of this part will be yz plus constant of integration, so y square minus yz equal to c2. So in fact this is v of xyz equal to c2, and this is u of xyz equal to c1. The solution is given by, I told you that either you can put in u as a function of v, or v as a function of u, or you can write f of uv. So there are various ways to write. So here it has been written u is this one as a function of, this is v. Otherwise you could have written it as capital F of x square plus y square comma y square minus yz equal to 0, as in earlier case. This type of form you could have written in place of this. So you can also write in this manner. So you should consider all these things while doing the exercises. The answer can be given in any of these forms. And now the trick 2. Various combinations of 3 parts are possible. Dx, sometimes this type of direct comparison does not gives you the integration, so various combinations are possible so that an expression can be obtained, so that you can get an easy integration. So to get acquainted with this trick, you need to work out more and more numerical problems. It is not that in every problem the combination will be same. You have to look into the problem and you have to make the problem in such a way that integration can be obtained easily. For example, this case here p q, this coefficient of small p is capital P, this is capital Q, and this is r. So the auxiliary equations are dx by p, capital P means this thing, dy by capital Q means this thing, dz by capital R means this thing. Now if you directly compare these two or these two, you compare any two but will not get an easily integrable function. So you have to look into the problem, and obviously I told you, more you practice the questions, more you will be acquainted with the things, what are the combinations possible. So here if you take this one, dx minus dy, dx minus dy means you will also subtract the denominators, so you subtract the denominators. Again dy minus dz, dy minus dz, you subtract the denominator, this thing. Then dz minus dx, dz minus dx, you subtract the denominator. Note that whatever operation we are, because these three fractions are equal, so whatever operations we are applying here, minus operation and the same operation in the denominator, whatever operation on other parts and same in the denominator, the subsequent things will again be equal. For example, this will be equal to this and this equal to this, because all the things we have obtained from these three parts. So further, even after applying these operations, the things will be equal, these things will be equal. But why we are doing so? Because here is some q, that if you simplify this, you get x minus y common, x plus y plus z, here x plus y plus z, here x plus y plus z. So throughout this x plus y z will be cancelled out, and here you are getting x minus y minus z, z minus x. In fact, and it becomes an easily integrable function. How? This dx minus y can be written as d outside of x minus y, means differential of x minus y divided by x minus y. Similarly, differential of y minus z divided by y minus z, differential of d of bracket z minus x divided by z minus x. So in this way it becomes the form, if you put dx minus y equal to t, so it becomes dt by t, so integration will be log t. Similarly here in this case, if you put y minus z equal to some, suppose w, then integration will be this becomes dw by, this becomes dw by w. And similarly here, so if you compare these two parts, then the integration of this will be log of x minus y, because if you put x minus y equal to t, this will be log t, so you can say log x minus y, and for this log y minus z, and plus log of c1 on comparing these two parts. Further simplification gives you log of x minus y, y minus z, log of c1, so consequently x minus y divided by y minus z equal to c1. Similarly, last two members of this 2, when you compare these two, will give you this type of the expression. So this is basically u of xyz equal to c1, and this is v of xyz equal to c2. And consequently, as described earlier, the solution will be given by f of x minus y divided by y minus z, means this u, you are writing this u here, and this is v, you are writing it here, equal to 0. So that is how you can obtain the solution. So on the basis of these two ways which we have described, you can try this exercise. Thank you for listening.